Hey, you, ever find yourself scrolling, maybe late at night, and you see another headline about AI, ChatGPT, mid-journey, and there's that little niggle, right? That thought, could my job be next?
Oh, absolutely. It's a conversation happening everywhere. And understandably so.
The speed is just,
Ugh.
wow, things we thought were purely human tasks, suddenly AI is doing them.
Exactly. And that's creating a lot of questions, maybe some anxiety about what work even looks like going forward. It's a big shift.
Well, today on the deep dive, we're tackling it head on. AI versus your career, what you need to know. And maybe, before it feels too late.
Hello. Yeah, think of this as a straight talk session. We want to cut through some of the noise, really look at how AI is changing the job market.
We're going to get into the details.
Mhm.
Which jobs are most at risk? Seriously, which ones?
But also, importantly, which jobs might actually grow or are, let's say, safer bets for now.
And crucially, what skills do you need? What should you be focusing on to stay relevant, even thrive?
We'll look at real examples too, news, what companies are doing, even some tools you can check out.
And we have to talk about the human side. The anxiety is real, burnout too. But maybe there's opportunity here.
That's the hope, reframing it, seeing how we can work with this technology.
Our promise, as always, is clear takeaways by the end. Actionable stuff you can actually do. Think of this as your AI career survival guide. It's critical information. So let's jump in. The AI job shakeup. Hype versus reality.
What's really going on? Well, the speed is the first thing. AI went from like a research topic to being in our workplaces almost overnight, feels like.
Right. ChatGPT comes out, and suddenly it's writing emails, code.
Yeah.
It hit 100 billion users faster than anything before it. That changed everything.
It really did. It went from could AI do this to, oh, AI is doing this right now.
And businesses noticed. They're looking at this tech for efficiency, for productivity gains.
Across the board, yeah.
Yeah.
Not just manufacturing anymore. Writing, customer service, coding, areas we thought were safe.
And the numbers back this up. There was a survey, 49% of companies said they've adopted ChatGPT. Almost half.
Which is significant adoption in itself. But then,
Of those companies using it, 48% reported it has already replaced workers.
that's the stat that makes you sit up, isn't it? Nearly half of the adopters are already seeing workforce reductions because of it.
And even more directly, 23.5%, almost a quarter of all U.S. companies surveyed, said they have directly replaced employees with ChatGPT. Not planning to, have done it.
It's happening now, which is why we see these big projections, like that 300 million jobs worldwide could be affected.
Affected, that's the key word, right? Doesn't always mean gone, but changed, significantly changed.
Exactly. Tasks within the job change, maybe large parts of it. And analyses suggest AI automation could touch at least 10% of tasks in something like 80% of the U.S. workforce.
So most jobs will feel some impact. Even if your whole role isn't automated, how you do it will likely change.
Research points to tasks with high AI exposure being present in about 77% of current jobs. It's pervasive.
So you have this, tension. Companies are excited about productivity.
Who wouldn't want to automate the tedious stuff?
Right. But workers are understandably thinking, okay, wait, where do I fit?
And those concerns are valid. Look at IBM's CEO, publicly saying they're pausing hiring for roles AI could replace.
That was big news.
Yeah. Estimating 7,800 back-office roles, especially HR, gone in maybe 5 years. Possibly 30% of non-customer-facing roles automated in that time.
And they're not just talking. Their own AI, Ask HR.
Right, Ask HR. It automated 94% of their routine HR tasks. Think basic questions, payroll stuff.
94%. And that led to actual job cuts in HR.
It did. But here's the other side. They reinvested. Hired more people in engineering, in sales, roles they saw as key for future growth.
So it illustrates the shift. Some jobs go or tasks change, but resources move, new roles might emerge elsewhere.
It's a churn, a transformation, not just elimination, but definite shifts. Understanding which jobs are most vulnerable is the first step to navigating it.
Okay, let's get into those specifics then. Jobs on the chopping block. Which roles really are most at risk?
Generally, you're looking at jobs with lots of repetitive tasks. Routine stuff, data-heavy work that follows clear rules, things algorithms can learn.
Makes sense. Predictable work is easier to automate, so top of the list.
Data entry clerks, that's projected to take the biggest hit. The World Economic Forum estimates over 7.5 million jobs vanishing there by 2027.
Wow, 7.5 million just in data entry.
It's a prime example, handling large amounts of data quickly, accurately. AI is built for that.
Okay, what else is high on the endangered list?
Administrative secretaries, also ranked very high. Scheduling, basic emails, calendar management, AI assistants can do a lot of that now.
Right. And accounting, bookkeeping.
Similar story. Roles focus on structured financial data processing. AI can handle ledgers, calculations very efficiently.
So admin, number crunching. What about interacting with people? Customer service.
Customer service is definitely being disrupted. AI chatbots for FAQs, basic support, already common. Some call centers are reducing staff.
Yeah, those chatbots are getting better.
They are. And as the voices sound more human, those entry-level call center jobs dealing with routine queries are really vulnerable. AI can handle volume, 247.
Okay. What about creative fields? Surely writing content creation is safe.
Well, yes and no. High-level creative strategy, novel writing, probably safer, but basic content creation. AI is making inroads.
Like what kind of content?
Think standard ad copy, basic blog posts, social media updates. AI writers like Jasper, they have over 100,000 paying customers. Companies might hire fewer junior writers for that more formulaic stuff.
And we've seen news outlets experimenting with AI articles too.
Exactly. Mixed results sometimes, but the experiments are happening. It shows the potential, or the perceived potential.
Yeah. And technical roles, like coding.
Even programming, especially at the entry level, is being affected. Tools like GitHub Copilot. It's an AI pair programmer, basically.
It suggests code.
Yeah, it auto-generates code for common functions. So the need for junior coders to write that basic stuff might decrease. The role could shift more towards reviewing AI-generated code, designing systems.
Interesting. So even tech skills need to evolve. What else? Paperwork.
Definitely. Roles heavy on paperwork processing. Think paralegals reviewing documents, analyzing contracts. AI is getting good at that thanks to natural language processing, NLP.
So understanding language.
Right. And financial analysts doing basic summaries, insurance underwriters assessing routine risks based on data. AI can analyze those large data sets very quickly.
Basically, if your job involves processing lots of structured information based on rules.
It's potentially at higher risk, yes.
What about jobs involving physical work? Driving, manufacturing.
Longer term, transportation is a big one. Self-driving tech for truck and delivery drivers. It depends on regulations and tech maturity, but the trend is there.
And factories, warehouses.
Manufacturing and warehouse jobs have been automating for years, and AI accelerates that. Robots, AI-driven machines doing repetitive physical tasks. Estimates suggest maybe 14% of workers globally might need to switch careers by 2030 due to automation, including AI. That's around 375 million people.
That's a huge number.
Yeah.
So summing up the at-risk category. Routine, predictable jobs lacking that core human element. Empathy, creative judgment, complex problem solving in messy situations.
Exactly. And that stat about 47% of U.S. workers being at risk of automation in the next decade that covers both AI and older automation, it really drives home the scale.
It's a sobering picture for sure. But as you said, it's not just about jobs disappearing, it's also about transformation, right? New roles emerging.
Precisely. Which brings us to the more optimistic side. What jobs can't AI easily replace? Where's the growth, or at least the stability?
Okay, let's shift to that. The safe harbors, or the rising stars. What characteristics define these jobs?
Generally, they involve tasks that AI struggles with. High degrees of human interaction, empathy, creativity, strategic thinking, or working in unpredictable physical settings.
Things that require nuanced understanding, feeling, or adapting on the fly. Make sense? Examples?
Healthcare professionals are a classic example. Nurses, doctors, therapists. AI can assist with diagnosis, yes. But the human element, explaining things with compassion, building trust, providing care that's irreplaceable.
You can't automate empathy.
Exactly. Analysis shows these face-to-face interaction roles are less threatened than many office jobs. Forbes points to skilled trades, healthcare, education as least likely to be fully automated.
Okay, healthcare. What about those skilled trades you mentioned?
Skilled tradespeople, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, they work in constantly changing, unstructured environments. Fixing a weird plumbing issue in an old house requires adaptability that robots just don't have yet.
Every job site is different. Got it. What about working with kids or students?
Teaching and childcare, huge reliance on emotional intelligence, adapting to individual needs, managing group dynamics. AI tutors exist, sure, but they can't replicate that human connection and guidance. We saw the limits of purely tech-based education recently.
Absolutely. That human element is key.
Yeah.
Creativity. We touched on basic content, but what about higher-level creative work?
Creative jobs like high-level creative directors, novelists, filmmakers, game designers are generally seen as safer. AI is becoming a powerful tool for them, an assistant, but not a replacement for the core vision and originality.
And new creative roles are even popping up, right? Like working with the AI?
Yeah, AI art curators, prompt writers, people who guide the AI to produce creative outputs. It's an evolving space.
Okay, what about leadership? Making the big decisions.
Leadership and strategic roles, managing people, setting vision, negotiating, making complex ethical judgments. AI can provide data for decisions, but the leadership itself, that remains human. Inspiration, motivation, strategy. AI doesn't do that.
Can't automate vision. Got it. What about unpredictable, high-stakes situations?
Emergency responders, public safety, firefighters, police officers, paramedics. They need human judgment, quick thinking, empathy, action under pressure in chaotic scenes. Highly resistant to automation.
Makes total sense. Now, what about jobs actually created by AI? Where's the growth?
This is crucial. AI creates demand. AI specialists, machine learning engineers, data scientists, huge surge. Someone has to build, train, and maintain these systems.
Those are the fastest growing jobs, according to the World Economic Forum.
Among them, yes. Big data specialists, AI machine learning specialists, the demand is intense.
What else is growing because of AI?
Cybersecurity professionals. More tech means more to protect. AI is used in cyber defense, but we need the human experts too, and roles in the green economy, renewable energy, EV specialists. AI and automation are actually driving growth and efficiency in those sectors too.
So it's a complex picture. Some jobs decline, others hold steady because they're uniquely human, and entirely new tech-focused jobs boom.
Exactly. But even in those safer jobs, adaptation is still key. Healthcare workers, teachers, leaders, they'll increasingly need to work with AI tools. It's about augmentation.
Which brings us neatly to skills. What do we all need to learn or get better at to navigate this?
Right. Proactive skill development is non-negotiable now. It's about future-proofing yourself.
Okay, let's break it down. What are the must-have skills for the AI era?
The absolute foundation is digital literacy, and now, increasingly, AI literacy. You don't need to be a coder, necessarily.
But you need to understand the basics.
Yes. How AI works conceptually, what it can and can't do realistically, and how to use the AI tools relevant to your field. It's becoming like knowing Microsoft Office used to be a baseline expectation. Job postings are starting to list it.
Okay, understand and use the tools. Got it. What's next?
Analytical thinking and complex problem solving. The World Economic Forum ranks analytical thinking as the #1 core skill needed by 2027. AI spits out data, but humans need to interpret it, solve ambiguous problems, figure out the why behind the numbers.
So critical thinking, making sense of complexity. How about creativity?
Creative thinking is vital too. AI is great at finding patterns, optimizing. It's not great at true out-of-the-box leaps. Companies need people who can brainstorm novel solutions, innovate, see the big picture, maybe using AI as part of that process.
Generating genuinely new ideas. Still a human domain. What about just keeping up?
Adaptability and lifelong learning. This is huge. The tech changes fast. You have to be willing to continuously learn, pivot, reskill. Curiosity, not being resistant to change, the WEF, flags these as top growing skills too.
So embrace learning as a constant. What about people skills?
Soft skills become even more valuable. Communication, teamwork, emotional intelligence, leadership. As AI handles technical stuff, these human skills differentiate you. Empathy, influencing others, increasingly important.
The more tech, the more human skills matter.
Okay.
Anything else?
Strategic thinking. Understanding the business context, the real-world implications of tech decisions. AI gives data, but humans need to weigh factors like ethics, brand reputation, long-term strategy, seeing the bigger picture.
Right, connecting the dots beyond just the data.
And maybe fostering an entrepreneurial mindset, even within a company. Spotting opportunities to use AI, create new value, being proactive, not just reactive. Finding your niche, combining human skills and AI leverage.
Okay, quick recap. Tech and AI literacy. Analytical and creative thinking, adaptability and learning, human skills like communication and empathy, plus strategic and entrepreneurial thinking. That's a lot to work on.
It is, but it's a roadmap. And the good news is there are tons of resources to help build these skills.
Perfect. Let's talk tools and resources. How can people actually level up? Where do they start?
We can break it down. Tools for upskilling, tools for job hunting, and tools for working smarter with AI in your current role.
Okay, let's start with upskilling. Where can you learn this stuff?
Online learning platforms are booming. Coursera is huge. They offer courses from top universities, companies. Their CEO said they added a new user every minute for AI courses in 2023. That tells you something.
Wow. What kind of courses?
Everything: machine learning, data analytics, digital marketing, even specific courses on how AI impacts different fields. They're even using AI chatbot tutors now.
Okay, Coursera. What else for AI-specific learning?
Deeplearning.ai, that's Andrew Ng's platform. Very focused on machine learning, deep learning. They have an AI for Everyone course that's great for non-technical folks.
Good starting point.
Yeah. And their prompt engineering course. Over 300,000 learners jumped on that fast. Shows the demand for specific AI skills.
Prompt engineering, basically learning how to talk to AI effectively.
Exactly. Then there's LinkedIn Learning. Great for bite-sized skills across tons of topics, technical and soft skills.
And LinkedIn itself is using AI now, right?
Yeah.
To help with profiles.
Yes, the premium version has an AI assistant to help optimize your profile headline, your about section.
Right.
Good starting point, but always personalize it. Make it sound like you.
Good advice. What about more traditional learning? College courses, certifications.
Absolutely still relevant. Community colleges, certification programs like Google Career Certificates, IBM Skills Built, they're incorporating AI content into data analytics, cybersecurity, business programs. Look for those updates.
So lots of options, online and offline.
Yeah.
Key is taking initiative, right? Making a plan.
Exactly. Explore free resources, financial aid if needed. Just start learning something.
Okay, so that's upskilling. Now, getting hired. How can AI help with the job search itself?
AI can be a huge help here. Think AI-powered resume builders like resume.io. They help with wording, keywords, formatting, so your resume gets past the initial screening.
Screening, you mean the applicant tracking systems?
Exactly, the ATS. Many companies use AI to scan resumes. These builders help you optimize for that. They often have AI cover letter writers and interview prep tools, too.
Interview prep, how does that work?
Tools like Big Interview or even features on LinkedIn let you practice answering questions. Some use AI to give feedback on your answers, your delivery, your tone.
Like a virtual interview coach. Useful.
Very. And maintaining your LinkedIn profile is crucial. Keep it updated with relevant skills, keywords. Recruiters use AI matching. Again, use the AI suggestion tool. Cautiously personalize it.
And showing your work.
Oh.
Portfolios.
Yes. Especially for tech or creative roles. GitHub for code. A personal blog for data projects. Show, don't just tell. And it's okay to be transparent if you used AI tools and a project shows your AI literacy.
Good point. Networking still matters.
Absolutely vital. AI can maybe help draft an initial outreach message, but the real connection needs to be personal, human.
And understanding those ATS systems is key too, right? Making sure your resume uses the right language from the job description.
Definitely. Some tools, like resume.io's analyzer, compare your resume to the job ad and highlight missing keywords. Helps you tailor your application.
So AI can streamline the application process, help you prepare, and even get your resume seen. Okay, final category. Using AI at work. How can it make you better at your current job?
This is where AI becomes your co-pilot, your assistant. For writing and content, tools like Jasper or ChatGPT can draft blogs, ad copy, emails. Your role becomes directing, refining, fact-checking, speeds things up.
Takes away the blank page fear.
Exactly. For programming, GitHub Copilot, Amazon Code Whisperer suggests code, handle repetitive stuff. Developers report saving a lot of time.
What about data analysis?
AI assistants in Excel, BI software, or tools like Microsoft Copilot for Office. They can analyze data, create charts, summarize reports from natural language prompts. Huge potential there.
And customer support or sales.
AI and CRM tools can draft responses, analyze calls for insights, help with scheduling. The idea is identify tedious tasks in your workflow. Is there an AI tool that can help? Using them makes you more productive, more valuable.
So it's about automating the mundane to free up time for higher level work.
Precisely. And keep learning on the job too. Maybe take a quick LinkedIn learning course on a specific AI tool for your field. Proactively suggest useful tools to your boss. Shows initiative.
Good idea. Any cautions?
Don't get overwhelmed trying too many tools at once.
Okay.
And always check company policy on security and privacy before feeding sensitive data into an external AI.
Crucial point. So using AI at work is actually a defense against being replaced by AI.
In many ways, yes. It shows you're adapting, leveraging the tech, increasing your value.
Okay, this is all incredibly practical. But let's circle back to the human element. This change is stressful. How do people cope with the anxiety, the potential burnout?
It's so important to address this. The anxiety is real. Surveys show over half of workers are worried. Significant numbers fear impacts on salary promotions. AI anxiety is a real thing.
Yeah, you see those stats. 65% anxious about job replacement, 72% worried about salary or promotions. It's widespread.
And burnout, too. That pressure to constantly upskill meet higher productivity demands because of AI. One study found 71% felt burned out due to AI pressures. 65% struggled with the increased demands.
Wow. So it's not just fear of losing the job, but the stress of keeping up and potentially working harder.
Exactly. So first thing, know it's normal. If you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, you are not alone. It's a natural response to massive change.
Okay, so acknowledging the feeling is step one. What are some coping strategies? How can we reframe this?
Mindset is huge. Try consciously reframing AI. See it not just as a threat, but as a potential opportunity. An opportunity for new kinds of jobs or for automating boring tasks so you can focus on more interesting work. Be proactive in looking for those opportunities.
Shift focus from loss to potential gain. What else?
Focus on what you can control. You can't control global tech trends or maybe your CEO's decisions, but you can control your learning, your skill development, your willingness to experiment with tools. Taking action reduces that feeling of helplessness. Resisting often creates more stress.
So channel the anxiety into learning and action. Makes sense. What about the burnout risk?
Set boundaries, avoid overload. You cannot learn everything overnight. Pace yourself, schedule downtime, protect your mental health. Don't feel pressured to be on 2047 learning AI. That's unsustainable.
Crucial reminder. Take breaks. This is a marathon, not a sprint. What about support?
Leverage support systems. Does your company offer training, mental health resources, career coaching? Use them. Talk to peers, mentors, friends. Share your concerns. Don't go through it alone.
Good point. Connecting with others helps. And staying informed. Does that help or hurt anxiety?
Staying informed with credible sources helps replace vague uncertainty with actual knowledge. Follow reliable news, research. Understand the nuances. Yes, some jobs might be disrupted, but new ones are also projected. Knowing the facts, the good and the bad, is usually better than fearing the unknown. Remember the stats. Potential job losses, yes, but also millions of new jobs projected.
So knowledge can actually reduce anxiety if it's balanced information. What about thinking of AI as a partner?
Yes, reframing AI as an augmentation tool. Like we discussed, the architect using AI for initial designs, the doctor using AI to analyze scans, it enhances their skills, doesn't necessarily replace their judgment or expertise.
Becoming the centaur, human plus AI.
Exactly. That human-AI collaboration is often stronger than either alone. Aim to be that effective centaur in your field. Channel anxiety into action. Upskill, network, experiment, and seriously, prioritize self-care to avoid burnout. Your well-being comes first.
Incredibly important advice. Okay, let's tie this all together. A quick recap of the key takeaways and a final call to action.
Sounds good. Let's summarize the 6 big points. 1. AI is here to stay. Its impact is real and growing. This isn't science fiction anymore. 2. Jobs heavy on routine, repetitive tasks are most at risk. Think data entry, basic admin.
3. Jobs needing human interaction, creativity, complex problem solving, and unpredictable settings are safer. Plus, new AI-related jobs are booming.
4. Key skills are crucial. Tech AI literacy, analytical and creative thinking, adaptability, lifelong learning, and those vital human soft skills. You need to actively develop these.
5.
5. Leverage AI as a tool. Use it for upskilling, job hunting, and importantly, to work smarter and boost your productivity in your current role.
And the final takeaway.
6. Manage the human side. Acknowledge the anxiety. Adopt a growth mindset. Focus on what you control. Seek support. Prioritize well-being. Mindset matters.
So the big picture, it's an evolution, maybe a revolution, in tasks and skills, not necessarily just mass unemployment for those who adapt.
Precisely. Like past tech shifts, it's disruptive, but ultimately creates new opportunities. It's a chance for career reinvention.
Okay, so here's our call to action. Do one thing this week. Just one concrete step to invest in your future.
What could that be? Sign up for that free Intro AI course. Try out one AI tool relevant to your job. Spend 30 minutes updating your resume with skills like adaptability or specific software.
Or maybe talk to your manager about training. Or just research one AI application in your industry. Just one thing.
It's never too late to start learning. The worst thing you can do is nothing. We genuinely believe you can navigate this and thrive.
We really do. And please keep this conversation going. Share your thoughts, fears, tips, maybe tools you're using in the comments. Let's learn from each other.
And if you found this deep dive helpful, please subscribe for more discussions on the AI revolution. We've got more coming.
Until next time, remember the future isn't just happening to you. You have agency. Shape it with curiosity, with learning, with action.
Thank you for joining us. Stay safe, stay curious.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.